Hello everybody, this is Renegade Rousey and this is the Left Hook Boxing Show. And first of all, let me just say thank you to everybody who subscribed, watched, and commented on my last video. I truly appreciate it. Now, let's get down to business, and I have more to say about Manny Pacquiao. If there was anybody who questioned, and a lot did, whether or not Manny Pacquiao could take over from Oscar De La Hoya and carry the popularity of boxing, I think those questions have been answered with a resounding yes. Manny Pacquiao is a very popular boxer, of course, in the Philippines, his hometown, but he's also become a worldwide star. And all you have to do is look at the internet and YouTube and anything associated with Manny Pacquiao, and there are tons of views on his videos just because of who he is, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. And I believe in a lot of cases he owes this popularity to the state that we're in as a world. We're in a global recession. We're battling things like the swine flu and things like this. And I think many people, myself included, look to fighters to draw inspiration on how to do battles outside the ring in the same manner that Manny Pacquiao does battles inside the ring. And I think, first of all, you look at this man's dedication. When he was fighting, when he was preparing for this fight with Hatton, as all his fights, he trains, he works hard each and every day. Freddie Roach, I read one article where he had to force him, literally force him to take a day off in preparation for this fight. And he ended up taking his mom, I believe, to the mall there somewhere in Los Angeles. But he wants to train. He's driven to train. And he wants to be prepared fully when he goes in to a battle. The next thing is he's always striving to be excellent. He's not satisfied with himself where he's at as a boxer. He's constantly improving. And you saw this in this fight with Hatton, where he came up with that right hook, a thing in the arsenal that he did not possess previously, and it worked to perfection. And you could see that he executed what he had been training for over and over again in the gym, and it's through that striving for excellence that he's able to win. Next of all, the thing I love about Manny Pacquiao is he is never seemingly overwhelmed by the moment. I mean, you have a fight here where the world is watching. I mean, fans across the world on HBO, this is a huge fight. And you see Hatton going up there, and he's tense like a lot of people you see, and he's kind of, getting pumped up, hitting himself in the face and stuff like that. But you see Pacquiao, and he's up there smiling, and as he's walking down the aisleway to get to the ring, he's not focused totally on what he's doing. He's sitting there slapping, giving the fans high fives, and he's smiling. I mean, this guy does not get overwhelmed and overly tense in seemingly amazing moments. He's not overwhelmed. He just stands up and fights. The next thing that I think you have to give credit to Pacquiao about is his faith and his humbleness. I mean, whether you're religious or not, you cannot deny the fact that this man's faith has a big bearing on the way he is. And I think you have to give him credit for that. And the next thing I like about him is he's just a fighter. Yeah, I mean, that's what he is. He's just a damn fighter. He's nothing else. He's not a promoter. He's not out there looking to see who he can fight. In the fight that he finished, in one of the post interviews that he conducted, they're asking him, okay, the obvious question, okay, are you ready for Mayweather? Do you want Mayweather? And you'd expect, yeah, I want him. I want to prove that I'm the best pound for pound. And he says none of that. He just says, hey, I'm a fighter. That's what I do. That's my job. I do my best at it. I leave who I'm going to fight up to the promoter. And he is just simply a fighter. And you got to love that about the Pac-Man. Now, the final thing I'm going to say about Pac-Man. And I was thinking about this. I run. I know a lot of y'all say I'm fat, and maybe I am a little bit, but I do run. And usually after I run, I get to thinking a little bit. And I was thinking about this fight that is supposed to happen, hopefully, between Mayweather and Pacquiao. But it's not a given, because Mayweather really needs to beat Marquez to make this fight the mega fight. And I'm going to talk about that in one of my videos, hopefully next week. That's certainly not a given. Marquez, in many ways, is just like Pacquiao. He is a fighter, and he will come to fight. But assuming this mega fight happens between Mayweather and Pacquiao, I'm not a bet man, and I certainly would not want to bet on this fight, because Mayweather, of course, is a very skilled fighter. But I was thinking about this. As I got finished running, I was thinking about this. And I said to myself, what if I had worked my entire life and I'd accumulated some amount of wealth, say $1 million, and I had that money and I was ready to retire, and somebody comes up to me and says, hey, you can't have that money unless you bet on this fight, and you've got to put that $1 million on this fight. And if I had no other choice, and I had to put my money on a fighter, well, I would put my money in the hands of the furious fist of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. For now, this is Rousey. I'm out.